Hey guys, welcome back to Stone Valley. We are still deep in the throes of plowing, as you can tell. So, part of my personal stipulations here coming to this farm was to eliminate any crops in the fields. Surprisingly, this was the only field that had a crop growing in it, and it's the field that comes with the farm, obviously, that starter farm. So we're burying all the wheat and starting fresh. It is October. I'm not going to bore you with plowing. I spent about 8 hours in reality plowing all these fields that I've purchased. So we are going to jump into a nice long time lapse actually for this. Just working my way out through the corner here. I plow the fields separately and eventually change my mind and decide to combine the two fields here close to the house. So let's go ahead and start the music and jump into a time lapse. I do try my best to do skip rows without GPS. It's clearly entertaining and nowhere near perfect, but it's the way it should be done, so it's the way I try. So this row in particular, I could tell it's getting too wide, left with that row of shame either side of the plow. Not ideal. We'll come back and clean that up. Alright, we're going to button up this chunk of the field, jump into tomorrow, and we're going to start combining and plowing the field next door. I've had a lot of weird glitches and just odd things with this map. You'll notice there, you can't really see it too well, but on that edge of the field, for whatever reason, it will not let me plow the ground. So I've got weird choppy bits where it does plow but it won't, and it's just one of the many issues I've had with the map, but we're going to try to stick it out. Maybe here we'll have a clear view of it, just all over the place, circles, lines, squiggles, and it won't let me plow this chunk. Alright, so that's about all for plowing that I'm going to show. Good morning, guys. It is November 3. My game finally decided to switch to the 4-day months. It took a couple of months actually from when I pulled it to do 4-day months for it to actually start. But we're going to transition off the plowing thing. We're done showing that. Just know that I did plow and cultivate the rest of the fields. But we've got a little bit of hay. We've got some field work started. I think it's time to get some critters on the farm here. So we are going to fire up the truck. I'm going to grab my livestock trailer. And I do use the herdsman stick on this save as well. I just can't stand bringing 12 cows back and forth multiple trips, so I am using the herdsman stick. Using it within reason, so you're not going to see me go crazy and pull 200 cows at once to and from. Try to play it as realistic as possible. I know in the future I plan to get a Wilson trailer, so I'll do my research and see, you know, how many 16-month-old steers can fit in a Wilson trailer. Kind of play it off of that. But we're going to run onto the shop and purchase said trailer and herdsman stick. Nobody uses their turn signals in Stone Valley. It drives me bonkers. Not one of them is driving a BMW, so I mean, it's BMW drivers that don't have turn signals in their luxury vehicles. Apparently everyone in Stone Valley thinks they're in a BMW. The shop is just up ahead here on the left. These Meridian bins make a horrendous blind spot here. I'm not a big fan of this part of town. As here you can see is the livestock trailer. I believe it's based off of one of Studio 82, Studio 52's flatbed trailers. Capacity is 12 cows on it, so nothing too crazy, but it's nice to have. cruise up to the animal dealer, which is on the northern part of the map here. Basically straight north from my farm. I'm not quite sure how many cows we're going to get yet. Calves. We're buying newborns. And I do believe we're going to go with a complete herd of Herefords. So my thought is we will fill up. I've got the Pleasant View Farms calving barns, hold 30 cows each. I've got 3 of those lined up. So I don't know that I'm going to get 90 calves right off the rip here, but probably somewhere closer to 40, 50. Ooh. Oh, bender. I don't think we made contact. We're good. We'll see if he tries to get out. Ask for my insurance. Nope, we're good. We're good. This map is loaded with a ridiculous amount of sugarcane and poplar. The field just south of my farm is poplar. Debated buying it. I have never harvested poplar in this game. At the same time, I don't really have the desire to do so. While we're here, looking at the entrance to this place, the 53-foot Wilson trailer is not going to be fun to get pulled in here, in or out. Not so bad once you're in, but getting it pulled back out onto the street does not look ideal. We'll get all backed up. Of course, I forget to open the ramp first, so Farm Sim Physics gives us a good push out of there. Here we go. So yeah, we'll go with all Herefords. Haven't really mapped out the mix yet. As you can see in the top right there, this is the herdsman stick that I'm putting these ones into. Trying to think, I do believe I put the 12 males into the trailer first. If I buy 47, I'm assuming that I thought there was 13 in the trailer for an even 60. But I don't do math very well, so yeah, we'll get these guys loaded up, head back down to the farm. Don't know many of the locals yet, so to see people kind of just strolling around the animal yard is interesting to me. Maybe she works here. For all I know, she could be the owner of the joint. Sorry about that. Blind corners everywhere. I'll hang it right here, and the farm is just up past this gully, valley, whatever you want to call this dip here. Get these guys and gals unloaded into the calving barns. So you may notice that I took down the archway there at the beginning entrance of the farm. I just struggled too many times running into it. Don't know if I loved the look to begin with, so not a big loss, but that was taken down. Here we're driving between the two 120 by 400 mono slopes. Hoping by next year we can have those barns, if not full, close to full. They each hold 1,000 head. Here's our one baby that we had, just as a test. Time to get them some friends. We're gonna get all these opened up. Jump the gate, pop this one, pull it open. These barns are set up beautifully that your triggers are just on these edges, so as you drive through you can hit your triggers and unload. Using the herdsman stick changes that a little bit. Obviously you got to jump out of the truck and walk through the triggers, but I'm going to get the full 30 in the first barn here, all females. There they are. I was having troubles, I think having the truck and trailer so close to that trigger was kind of throwing me into the buy cows versus take them out of the herdsman stick there. So I'm going to set that down. Get the males out of the trailer into this barn on the south side. So there are the 12 guys. We'll run back in, get those other cows out of their little storage herdsman stick. Seeing that reminds me now I went with 47 knowing that I had the one calf down here at the farm already, so. I do believe that gives us an even 60. Gonna bring this guy around. Don't really have a parking spot for it yet, but I remember here next to the bale shed we got to get those other two barns some hay. There was a bale in that first one, obviously, since I had the single baby in there. So we'll snatch 2 bales of hay, run those around. I do love this Massey Ferguson telehandler. If you guys don't use telehandlers, you should. They are slick. So much better than a skid steer, in game anyway. Obviously in reality I would love a nice skid steer. But in game these guys can lift better than the skid steers, they're more nimble than the skid steers, they handle better than the skid steers. And the capacity between that arm being able to telescope, I mean, you could get some, if you're big into warehouse work, you can really do some stacking with these fellas. Brand new calving barns and I'm already slamming into that post. Put the concrete work to the test there. Again, putting that post to the test. That should take care of those guys. Being babies, I assume that hay is going to last quite a while. Would be a nice addition if we had to bottle feed them, at least for the first month or so. We'll get the old hay barn all shut down here. I still haven't fully thought through where I'm going to park this fella yet, but we'll find a spot. I'm thinking right over here to the left, next to these cold storage sheds. Could park it right in the grass. I'd say the gooseneck is already there, so right up next to that sounds ideal. Alright, so we will get this guy parked up here next to the gooseneck. We'll pull the truck around and park it by the monoslopes. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me here, guys. Hopefully that wasn't too dreadfully boring plowing at the beginning there. Can't wait to get into next spring, start getting some crops in the ground, and see where this farm can take us. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the content, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment on the videos. I appreciate it all. Thank you. See you next time.